I do now. I've got business now.
With what?
Well, you just made a threat. You said you'd be seeing me later, so I want to see what you're up to now. You're a public official.
Wait here for me, please.
I have a right to record public officials in their public capacity from public spaces. This town hall is a public space, sir. Where do you get off making threats to me?
I'm not making threats.
What did you mean you'd see me later?
I'll see you later.
What do you mean you'd see me later? What do you mean by that?
Saying that you're harassing me. Were you harassing me?
Nothing's obvious to me.
Listen.
Nothing's obvious to me.
Let me gather my information.
Let me exercise my freedom. Let me exercise my right to record you in public.
Well, I need to talk to them by myself so they don't feel threatened.
Well, take them into a private area. This is a public area.
Okay.
Assistant Chief Christian Gole, badge 2922, confronts Auditor Craig Henry, questioning his right to film on public property. When Craig reminds him of his First Amendment right to record government officials in public, the officer escalates, making what sounds like a verbal threat. "I'll be seeing you later." Is this a lawful warning or an abuse of authority? Let's find out as we dissect this intense ID refusal encounter, right here on ID Refusal Pro. Respect to the original creator, Craig Henry. Follow his channel for the full uncut version.
What?
Were you just in there?
Why?
Because I got called down here. Were you harassing them or something?
Oh, I don't answer questions.
You got some ID with you?
No, I don't.
Well, what's your name? Date of birth.
Do you suspect me of a crime?
I don't know. Are you in there harassing people? Then I am.
If you can articulate that you suspect me of a crime, I'm legally obligated to provide identification to you.
Well, why don't you tell me what you did in there? That's pretty simple, right?
Can I get your name and badge number, please?
It's Christian Gole, badge number
29?
292.
Okay, Christian.
Can you tell me what was going on in there?
I've already articulated.
Listen.
I don't answer questions,
Have
but
a good day. Bye.
Okay.
I'll be talking to you later.
Assistant Chief Christian Gole approaches Craig Henry, questioning him about alleged harassment inside the building and demanding identification. Craig invokes his First Amendment right to record and his Fourth Amendment protection against unreasonable searches or demands for ID without reasonable suspicion of a crime under Terry v. Zihio, 1968. Officers must have articulable, reasonable suspicion before detaining or requesting identification. Craig's refusal to answer questions is lawful, as citizens are not required to self-incriminate or disclose personal details unless probable cause exists. Gole's persistence without clear justification borders on unlawful detainment and raises concerns of police overreach. The encounter exemplifies the core principle of ID refusal, where calm assertion of constitutional rights defends against unwarranted authority.
Hey, if you don't have any business here, you need to leave the property.
I do now. I've got business now.
With what?
Well, you just made a threat. You said you'd be seeing me later, so I want to see what you're up to now. You're a public official.
Wait here for me, please.
I have a right to record public officials in their public capacity from public spaces. This town hall is a public space, sir. Where do you get off making threats to me?
I'm not making threats.
What did you mean you'd see me later?
I'll see you later.
What do you mean you'd see me later? What do you mean by that?
Saying that you're harassing them. Were you harassing them?
Nothing's obvious to me.
Listen.
Nothing's obvious to me.
Let me gather my information.
Let me exercise my freedom. Let me exercise my right to record you in public.
Well, I need to talk to them by myself so they don't feel threatened.
Well, take them into a private area. This is a public area.
Okay.
Morris County, 1917.
You can stay right here. You can't come back here. Listen out.
4116, we're up to the range.
Assistant Chief Christian Gole confronts Craig Henry again, escalating the tension by interpreting Craig's refusal to answer as defiance. Craig invokes his First Amendment right to record in a public space and challenges the officer's implication that he made a threat. Under the First Amendment, citizens are legally protected when filming public officials performing their duties in public. Gole's demand that Craig stay back and his tone of authority edge close to police misconduct, as no reasonable suspicion or lawful order justifies restricting filming or speech in a public building. Craig remains within legal boundaries, calmly asserting his constitutional right to document and question authority, which is critical for government transparency. Citizens must know that standing firm under the law is not aggression, it's civic responsibility.
All right. Here's the problem, okay? If you want public information, you have to put your name on there, so fill it out.
Is that right?
Yeah, you just put NA.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, are you familiar with the IC code 3-14-5?
Public information.
The Access to Public Records Act,
You're not
APRA.
gonna put your name on it.
Well, the only reason I bring it up, sir, is because it's not a problem. It's actually not a requisite of the law that you put your name on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It's the problem, I think, is coming around, threatening me, acting like you know the law, acting like you know what I should have to put on a public records request.
you know what I got called for?
Look,
Do you?
I'm going to tell you
do
what
you-
I'm going to tell you one
I
thing.
will give you
I
that
don't know
record.
what you got called for.
Okay. Someone was down here causing problems. If they feel threatened, I'm going to come down and check it out. That's my duty.
So
Correct?
because they feel
Okay,
threatened, you're going to come
but
and threaten
then when
me?
I come and
You're
talk-
going to come and
When
verbally threaten
I
me?
didn't threaten you.
You said you'd see me later.
Yeah.
That's a loaded statement with a gun and a badge
I
on.
will see you later to get your information because you're not being cooperative.
You are an absolute chump. You know that too.
All right. You can have a good day.
Lying, thieving, government workers.
You're wasting their time down here. You're wasting my time.
I was in here for you. So since
Oh,
you,
obviously.
all right, you coming in here? You coming out?
Yeah, I'm coming outside.
All right.
So if your business is down here, then
Sir,
you
don't
can
tell
leave.
me what to do. I will do as I please as long as I stay within the confines of the law. And I suggest you do the same.
I do.
Well, you
Been doing
threatened
this
me
for 30
earlier.
years. I
You
told you
threatened
I'd come
me.
see you later.
If I said that to you,
because
if I said that to you, it would be a complaint to the prosecutor,
That's
and it would
great.
be a goddamn jail sentence
that's
for
a
me.
gray area.
Yeah,
Now
and I know
listen,
what? Because it's
if
you,
you
because
have
you're a
problem
sovereign
not
citizen.
giving me-
Because you're a
I'm
sovereign
not a
citizen.
sovereign citizen.
Well, what happens if you
I'm
break
a
the
US
law?
Citizen.
What happens if you break the law? You
I
don't get in trouble.
Oh yes, I do.
Well, you're a sovereign. You got that assistant chief of police. You can go beat the hell out of anybody. You could shoot anybody, and nobody's going to arrest you.
Oh whatever.
You know that's damn right. You know that's right.
I don't need this from you today.
I don't need anything from you, and you came over and asked me for my name. Get out of here.
Assistant Chief Christian Gole and Craig Henry enter a heated legal exchange about public records law and the boundaries of authority. When Gole insists Craig must write his name on the request form, Craig cites Indiana Code 514.3, the Access to Public Records Act, which does not require personal identification to obtain public information. Craig stands firm on transparency rights, while Gole's tone shifts from inquiry to confrontation, an overreach inconsistent with First Amendment protections. The tension reveals a critical issue. When officials misinterpret law, they risk violating citizens' rights. Craig's response remains grounded in legal literacy and calm assertion, a model for lawful accountability. Every citizen has the right to demand access to public information without intimidation or unlawful inquiry.
Hi, can I help you?
Oh, thank you. You the only one that works in here full time?
No, I'm not the only one.
I got you. How many people are employed in here?
Why are you needing to know?
I just like to know kind of how much kind of getting an idea of the amount of resources that are being extracted from the private sector workers to support the government workers here.
I don't know, I'm not quite comfortable answering those questions.
Okay. Do you have a public records request that I could get, please?
Yeah.
Okay. This is great. I feel like every city has a public records request form now.
Yeah?
About 2 years ago, I'd go around asking for them, and everybody would look at me like I'm stupid.
There you go.
Alrighty, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Is this the only city office or the only town office building, or are there more locations?
What do you mean? I mean, this is the only town hall in Ferdinand.
Yeah, I mean, is there like would there be like a town garage or a maintenance department building? Something of this sort?
I mean, we have a lot of buildings around town.
Okay.
Different uses.
Okay. Okay, so you have a PD, road department.
I mean, we have all the departments we need to take care of town.
Okay. Could you give me an idea like what they are? I know most towns have a PD.
Yeah, we have a police department.
Okay. and you got a street utility department, basically. Okay. And they all have their own buildings?
Yes.
Okay.
After leaving the heated exchange, Craig Henry calmly proves the truth by replaying his original visit inside the town hall, exposing how professional and respectful his conduct was. Contrary to Assistant Chief Christian Gole's claim of harassment, Craig's footage shows a lawful First Amendment audit, polite questioning about staffing and budget transparency. The interaction underscores a vital principle. Recording public officials and their official duties is a protected activity, not a crime. Gole's earlier threat to see him later reveals an attempt to intimidate rather than investigate. Craig's composed behavior exemplifies citizen accountability through lawful documentation, turning confrontation into evidence. Laws referenced. Summary. First Amendment protects the right to record and question public officials. Fourth Amendment prevents unlawful detainment or search. Indiana Code 514.3, Access to Public Records Act, guarantees open access to public information. Terry v. Ohio, 1968, requires articulable, reasonable suspicion before ID or detention. The case between Craig Henry and Assistant Chief Christian Gole is a sharp example of how knowledge of the law transforms confrontation into accountability. Craig earns an A for his calm, lawful use of ID refusal and his understanding of the First Amendment and Indiana Code 514.3, while Gole receives a D for emotional escalation and misunderstanding of citizen rights. This video reminds every viewer, exercising your ID refusal rights is not defiance, it is constitutional awareness. Always stay calm, record, and invoke your rights respectfully. Knowledge protects you. Anger endangers you. Follow ID Refusal Pro and the original Craig Henry channel to learn how lawful resistance upholds freedom and transparency.